All right, turning now to a tragedy in Austria. At least 10 people were killed after a gunman opened fire at a secondary school in the city of Graz. The victims include 6 females and 3 males. Officials say the suspect is also dead after shooting himself in the bathroom. Austrian Chancellor Christian Stocker called for 3 days of mourning as officials investigate a possible motive. We know the shooter was a former student at the school where the attack happened, but he did not graduate from that school. So let's bring in BBC News correspondent Nick Thorpe for much more on this. Nick, thank you for joining us today. Officials just gave a press conference with an update. What more did we learn from it?
Yeah, that's right. So, as you've said before, 10 people are known to have died, including the shooter himself. 12 pupils at the school badly injured. Some obviously worse injured than others. They've been moved to other hospitals in the area. The school was evacuated incredibly fast. The police were here, I believe, within 17 minutes of the shooting starting. The school, actually, just to point it out to you, it's the grey building which I'm pointing to now, and that upstairs window, the second-storey building, is actually one of the 2 classrooms. Local people just here living next to the school said they heard up to 30 shots with a pause between them. First, it seems he was in that classroom just that I'm pointing to now, and then he walked down the corridor and opened fire in a second classroom. So a sort of atmosphere of enormous shock and horror and surprise here in Graz today.
Yeah, and we know at least 10 people have been killed, but do we have an update on the status of other victims? I'm not quite sure. I've been talking to neighbours, to tell you the truth, here outside the building, so I may not be right up to the moment of the latest information from the hospitals. But certainly the police are still here. It's still ringed off. You can see the police cordon here just behind me. So an atmosphere of great shock and horror here in Graz, in this northern district of Graz. The perpetrator, what we do know also about him, is that he's a 21-year-old former student of the school, an Austrian. This is a largely immigrant neighborhood. A lot of the pupils at the school are from immigrant communities, but it seems that the shooter in this case was an Austrian citizen. You said you were talking to neighbors. Did they tell you anything that stood out to you?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
You said you talked to some neighbors, or have been trying to talk to neighbors in the area. Did they say anything to you about the shooting that stands out to you?
What I know from the neighbours, one of the neighbours was saying he thought he heard 15 shots, and he thought it was might be some kind of sports activities, some target practice or something. Other neighbours said that they heard this gap between the shooting in 2 different upstairs classrooms. They saw pupils leaning out of the classroom as though they were considering jumping out of the window, and then a lot of shouting and screaming as well as the shots, of course, and then they were evacuated from the other side of the building. The neighbours also said they heard one much louder shot at the end, which they now assume from the police reports was the perpetrator shooting himself in the school bathroom there.
And Nick, real quick, I know sadly here in the United States it's common to hear about a school shooting or a mass shooting somewhere, but this is not common in Austria, is it?
It's not common at all. No, I can't think of a previous occasion. 10 years ago in Graz, a man of Bosnian origin drove his car through the streets and injured many people in one of the main streets in Graz, and there being some parallels drawn to that. But in terms of school shootings, which obviously, as you say, are much more common in the United States, much less common here in Europe, I suppose people are worried that this might be a sort of copycat effect. And if people read on social media and mainstream media, for that matter, about such occasions, and they have a grievance, admittedly, in this case, a very violent grievance, perhaps they get the idea from, some of the school shootings in the United States. But as you say, very rare and very shocking here in Europe.
Yeah, just a sad situation there. Nick Thorpe, thank you so much for your reporting. We appreciate it.